Springer yesterday when he averaged over 102. And he might need more of the same if he's going to see off the world #1, Luke Humphries. Humphries has very much got one up on Dirk in recent meetings, won the last 6 head-to-heads. There's a lovely embrace between the two, and now Cool Hand is encouraging the crowd to join in with his walk-on tune. They're lapping it up here, and I'm sure when they saw the draw for tonight's games, this would have been one they all wanted to see. Dan Dawson watching along with me. Dirk looks fired up, that is for sure, but he's going to have to repeat, I think, his performance of last night if he's going to get the win here.
Yeah, I think he does, but I'm not entirely convinced with Luke Humphries at the moment. He's obviously amazing, but it feels like he's playing at about 65% of his game. And that, when you Luke Humphries, the world #1, and you've won everything he has over the last few years, 65% of your top level is good enough to win an awful lot of stuff. But it's not, he doesn't look right now like he's going to do on the Euro Tour what he did a couple of years ago in his rise up to becoming this incredible player, where he was the daddy of the European Tour for a full year.
First leg, Luke to throw first. Game on.
We shall see. Luke Humphries versus Dirk Van Duijvenbode. It could be fireworks. It really could be incredible.
It could be. Winner of this one will take on Ross Smith. We beat Ricardo Pietraszko earlier on this afternoon. Particularly tough quarter of the draw. Damon Heta and Russell Nyman also waiting in that particular section.
Dirk really has been doing some eye-catching things this year. Lots of big averages, and lots, when he's not chucking the massive ton-plus averages, there's an awful lot of stuff in that 95 to 99 range. But you just think the B game is there.
100.
Is he nearly back to his best?
Look, I drunk the Kool-Aid. Back in 2023, I was convinced that Dirk Van Duijvenbode is going to win everything. He was the most exciting player on the planet. He was winning titles at will. He could have won even more, lost in a couple of Euro Tour finals, one of them to Humphries. But I was standing on top of the buildings,
94.
beckoning in the UFOs, thinking they are going to take us to a new glorious planet where Dirk Van Duijvenbode wins everything in the world. And it turns out their intentions were not good, those aliens. But the injuries ruined him for a bit. He is getting back. I don't think he's quite there, but he could be very soon.
Yeah, you feel it's getting closer for Dirk.
97.
Luke, as you said, the European Tour was his springboard to success, and maybe... Ooh, bounce out. That was most unfortunate. So Dirk then, against the throw, is first in here. Not happy with that. Dart cannot find a treble, but knows he'll be back. Humphries way back on 239.
60.
I know he's had a bounce out, but Luke Humphries isn't down to a finish after 6 visits to the board here. Double 6 is found. Dirk Van Duijvenbode with an 18-dart break of throw against the top-ranked player on the planet.
Yeah, we are in that really busy part of the year, certainly for those Premier League players, with the Pro Tour events, with the European Tour events coming thick and fast. It is really, really busy. And you just wonder if Luke, like you said, he's not quite at full tilt at the moment. Understandably so. It is a mammoth task that these guys have at this time of year.
Look, he missed the Pro Tour events earlier in the week, but that's because he was moving house. That is not a relaxing thing to do, let me tell you.
I bet there's a very happy looking fish.
Here we go. That's more like it. Cool Hand, it's the first 180 of this game. You would expect there's going to be loads in this match.
Yeah, Humphries, after a quiet opening leg, is just starting to find his scoring boots.
Wins for Dirk against Cool Hand have been few and far between. He's only beaten him 3 times, but on 2 of those occasions when he's won, he has gone on to take the title. Kind of an indication. If he's playing well enough to beat Humphries, he's playing well enough to win the whole thing.
Yeah. It's not a bad little marker. 85 needed here. Will it be a shot at the ball? It will. For a 1-1.
60.
Not a million miles away, but Dirk will fancy this 1-1-6.
Find the treble. Can't do it.
92. Luke Duquois, 25.
9 for double 8 and an instant break back, which is what Luke Humphries delivers in 14 darts. That's more like it.
Game on.
Dirk an early casualty in Göttingen because Boris Kritschmar played a great game against him. He managed to win a couple of games in Belgium to start the year. So off Labanauskas and Chris Dobie before losing a tight one. Good game as well to Johnny Clayton.
59.
So he's only been losing on the Euro Tour so far to good performances. We've not seen him go out where he's walked away and gone, I played rubbish there, I deserve to get beaten. He's lost tight games to players who've played really well.
Yeah. Saying that, Dirk's scoring needs to improve quite dramatically here if he's going to make any inroads in this match. Humphries, after that really poor opening leg, is now starting to get stuck in. There's another maximum.
Yeah, Dirk feels like he's playing quite slowly. He does play at all kinds of different speeds. As Humphries eyes up an 11 darter and produces it, and after being entirely absent in leg one, the world number one has arrived. But yeah, Dirk, he tends to get quicker as he gets more comfortable, and I don't think he's felt comfortable at any point in this game so far.
Oh, he's looking quite warm up there, isn't he? It is been a warm few days here in Riesa, and there's 5,000 people packed in here looking to watch darts like this. Some highlighter pens.
Dirk's struggling to add anything to the highlights reel at the minute in this one. All Humphries doing the flashy stuff. All of a sudden, he's dragged his average up to mid to high 90s. He's hit 180s in the last 3 legs. Dirk has not had a dart at double since that opening leg. Look how ponderous it is. He just feels like he's trying to get his range and he can't do it. There's no pace, there's no rhythm.
I wonder if there is any kind of link to the energy expended in his warm-up to his performance on the hockey. Because it's something quite difficult to monitor, but he looked really pumped up, didn't he, when he come on the stage? And yet he's a mile away at the minute. He's a mile off it.
Adrenaline tends, he's usually when he's fired up, he's playing his best stuff. Luke Humphries has got away with one there, leaving 165 by hitting a straight 60.
65.
Dirk's just not doing anything, which is weird because he was doing everything against Nico Springer last night.
He was.
63.
Not there at the minute. He has left the big fish. Good use of the board there, but Humphries is in for a ton. Oh, now then. A malfunction.
40.
So the big fish is on. Luke's asking for guidance from up above, I think. Just got the feeling that could have kick-started his night.
58. Luke Duquois, 60.
Double 10 then. Wow.
Games on the 4th leg.
Well, he's taken it out, but
Luke to throw
it wasn't that impressive, was it?
Game.
Does that go down as a bit of a mixed bag?
Yeah. But it's still a 3rd leg on the spin. And a 3rd leg on the spin where Dirk hasn't had a dart at double.
125.
There we go. Luke Humphries fans in the house. It's great actually when you come to places like Riesa just to see who the fans support. And it's fair to say there's a wide range of support for all the players.
180.
Well, Luke Humphries is racking up the 180s here. Look at the chasm between him in the averages. And the first 9 average This is Dirk Van Duijvenbode, the bloke who outscores people. A sledgehammer
90.
of scoring power is Dirk Van Duijvenbode. And it's barely even a teaspoon tonight.
Have you ever seen a discrepancy in the first 9 averages like that? 50 points nearly.
Yeah, I mean, he's a couple of visits ahead after 3 visits to the board, which almost doesn't compute, does it?
And I dare say if you took out that opening leg, well, look at this, another 11 dart leg here. Well, 12 will do. Right in the corner. 4-1 now. He's whacking in the maximums and he's whacking in the doubles.
$59.
Would you care to revisit the question you posed earlier about Dirk being back? Or do we not need to do that?
60.
I have to say, I think you're after timing me a little bit there. You're throwing me under the bus.
This is weird, though. We've not seen him do this year. He's consistently been playing top-class stuff, and if he's not been top-class, it's been solid. But it's neither here. I mean, admittedly, Luke Humphries is not giving him an inch of breathing space because it's 5 legs on the spin. He's at maximums.
174.
Oh. That was pleasant from Dirk.
140.
No finish for Dirk. Right, 1-2-1 to move within 1. Treble 17. So Dirk will get a look at 68. Not had a look since the opening leg of the match.
$36. Luke required 24.
That might be the only look he gets. Because this is for a breaker throw. And he gets it, and Luke Humphries is going to throw for a 6-1 win.
Game.
Not just a win, an absolute battering.
We had high hopes for Dirk tonight. But sadly for him, he's going to crash out.
60. $140.
It's almost like Humphries gave Dirk a leg start.
125.
Luke Humphries was awful in that first leg. He has dragged his average up to around about 100 now. His scoring has been magnificent. The finishing has been good. And Dirk Van Duijvenbode, I mean, there have been times in this game where he may as well not have been there. Oh, he's at 280.
Luke 161.
Couldn't be his last visit to the match, could it? It could, you know. Oh.
What a setup. This 136 then is going to have to go for Dirk. Hit the maximum to set it up. Can he now take it out? Oh, he's just a fraction short, and that might be it. Luke Humphries lost the opening leg in pretty ordinary fashion. He's been extraordinary since then. And he takes out the double 12, reels off 6.